Hi everyone, it's Joe from WhatCulture.com here, and welcome to the RAW Pre-Show Podcast. I am, as always, joined by Adam Blampied.
Hello.
And Jack the Jobber, who seems to have a new hat.
Jack,
That's quite correct.
Let's talk about your new hat.
Okay.
So, how did you get the new hat?
It was a gift from the wonderful Derek Jackson. He sent me it saying, "You're my favourite WhatCulture personality. Merry
fan
Christmas."
has sent you a gift. I haven't received a
The
gift.
Indiana Pacers.
Well, we can say that, Jack, but
Oh, it's
you
bright.
haven't received any
I have
gifts?
not received anything from the fans. I've
I
received
haven't
dick.
either.
What, have you not got anything either?
I haven't received anything either.
What's this?
I know.
Aren't you, like... All right, Toro.
Puccini would do. No, Puccini.
Torriano.
It's very
God.
bright.
It is very bright.
I do think it makes you look a bit younger.
Well, good, because I could do with that.
Yeah. It's good though.
I'm pleased.
How does it feel?
Thanks, Derek. It's all right.
Considering you had to guess your head size.
It was one size, it said on the label.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What size was all?
stretches. Yeah.
For those that can't see, Jack is wearing a blue with yellow and white trimmed Indiana Pacers hat
It's
from
probably
the,
the bright-
NBA.
Yeah, it's the brightest hat that I own, comfortably, I think, now. Yeah.
Yeah.
mm.
That's
I
really...
think I prefer the Saints ones.
All right, Derek's probably watching
It's
this.
called an opinion.
Okay,
Won't
fair
tell
enough.
one.
Sorry, Derek, I like it, mate. Much appreciated, thank you.
I like the Saints one as well. I like that one, but I think
my favourite one of all time was the one that Primate ripped up.
never
Nets
been able
one.
to replace that
Heartless
one.
gorilla. Anyway, let's talk about Raw this week. Raw, because you're not going to catch me out again, Blampied. Raw's from Philadelphia this week. It's from ECW land.
Oh,
Born and raised on a playground.
Oh dear, Jack. Oh dear. But we know what we're opening with, at least. We are opening with a triple threat match for the tag team titles. The New Day will take on Cesaro and Sheamus and the Club. Now, this is a big one for the New Day. If the New Day win tonight, at midnight, they will tie the record
sure.
for the tag team title reign.
It will enter day 478.
So feasibly, if they win, it's theirs before Roadblock even happens on Sunday. I think I miscalculated a couple of weeks ago, but we can confirm win tonight and it's theirs.
Sure.
What's your opinion on it?
They're already the longest reigning WWE tag champs of all time. They comfortably beat whoever had that record. So this is just longest tag champs in the history of WWE. I would quite like them to fail, just because I think that's more fun, especially for they're obviously turning heel. Because did you see the WWE.com exclusive promo they shot where they're just like, "Hey, we're the New Day, we'll do it, hey," and they're just doing their kind of shouty comedy at the guy who interviewed them, not Tom Phillips, the more boring one, I forget his name.
Adam Blampied. Stop it. Oh, you're going to do something, I'm scared. I've actually started moving my legs away. Stop.
That's a good one, Jack. I think it would be fun if they lost and went mental and like cemented a turn at Roadblock. I think that would be more fun. I think considering that, you know, current generation superstars, it's always kind of nice to have a record being set. You know, people like that. I think they're more likely to do it. But I actually think, considering you're not going to be there for the moment they set the record, like, you're not going to see the exact moment, I think it would be more fun to have them fail.
Jack?
I'm quite torn. Nothing's right, I'm torn. I think...
Okay, Miss Imbruglia.
Just as long as you're not lying naked on the floor.
No, but I am all out of faith. This is how I feel. Anyway, basically, I'm quite torn because I think they probably deserve it. I don't think they've been booked very well for large parts of their reign, but I think they deserve it in terms of the hard work they put in and how they've got themselves over with their personalities. But I do agree with you that it would be more fun if they somehow failed. And I really want to see Cesaro and Sheamus as the tag champs. But I think they will probably be the next tag champs, or maybe the Club and then them, or some sort of combination of that.
Yeah.
But, like, my heart kind of wants them to do it. No, my head, it's a head versus heart situation. I can't work out which is which. But basically, I think deep down, I do want them to do it. But I think it'd be very entertaining if they didn't as well.
It's fun to see a record broken, but you just won't see that thing on camera because it'll go off the air an hour before midnight happens.
They'll live tweet. They'll tweet something.
Yeah,
They're all good on the social media.
I think they're probably more likely to do it, but my heart wants them to fail.
We've had this conversation in the past. How much of this record-setting reign has to do with the concussion lawsuit, with Demolition? being part of that lawsuit. Is this just a little stab at Demolition saying, sue us, we're going to take the record off you?
Well, it's taken them a long time to start mentioning Demolition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it took them until like the last month before New Day actually started using the word Demolition. So obviously there is, I think, bad faith there, which suggests that it's given that New Day are going to do it via nefarious means. I mean, as long as something like it's the most intriguing possible setup because there are so many ways you can take it. If they're to win, I really hope they cheat to do it.
Yeah.
And like properly turn heel to do it.
And is it feasible, before we move on, that the New Day can win tonight, shenanigans albeit, but then lose the titles on Sunday?
It happened to Nikki Bella, right? So there's definitely a precedent for it. Like as soon, like you have to think if they were nowhere near the record, they would have lost the belts a while ago.
Yeah.
Like probably it's SummerSlam, maybe.
Yeah.
But considering that the record was in sight and they wanted to do it, then they have kept the belts on New Day far beyond it being useful for the belts and far beyond it being useful for the New Day. So I think as soon as it happens, they'll take the belts off them.
Yeah. I agree.
Sounds like a good shout. Let's move on to the announcement from last week that Sasha Banks and Charlotte will wrestle again. Mm-hmm. But this time they will wrestle in a 30-minute Iron Woman match for the Raw Women's Championship.
Iron Man. They specified Iron Man.
They do keep saying it.
Charlotte said who challenged who? Sasha said
I'll
defend it. Sasha said I'll defend it.
Said she'll defend
in
it
an Iron Man match.
Yeah, and Charlotte responded by slapping her dad and saying, I accept. Yeah.
It's good.
I loved it.
You've made it sound bad. Oh,
No,
right.
no.
It was good. It was.
A lot of people are sick of seeing these really, really, really good wrestlers fight, and I don't quite get it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
What do you think Raw has in store for these two this week? Do we see another contract signing coming, or are they going to try and keep it as reserved as possible, knowing that they have the big match on
Contract
Sunday?
signing makes sense. Considering that, Sasha was left laying last week. I'd really like to see contract signing.
Could this be the one that where the kind of pattern is broken and Sasha retains on pay-per-view?
I think that would be smart.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Ric Flair's going to get involved in this match?
I hope not.
A typical Flair turn. Sounds like it could be on the cards.
I'd love him to do like an Undertaker at Judgment Day, where he comes out
and chokeslams Sasha?
He comes out at the end on a motorbike and attacks Charlotte, but that is seen by Shawn Michaels, who's of course a special.
Of course, yeah.
And he awards it. He awards it to Charlotte.
Why did you?
And it ends 6-5 after 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. Like considering it's going to be a huge moment when someone breaks the pattern of Raw and pay-per-view. Like, wouldn't they save that though? Wouldn't they save that till at least Royal Rumble or maybe WrestleMania?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Who do you think is going to take it?
A draw? I don't know.
A draw?
A draw maintains Charlotte's unbeaten streak on pay-per-view, but they keep referencing it as a winning streak.
Yeah.
As much as I detest to say this, I'm going to leave you guys to sort of ponder this because I know you guys have got predictions videos
Becky
coming
might
up.
run out.
But I've got Charlotte.
You got Charlotte. I could see it. I wouldn't hate it, but I think a lot of people would.
A lot of people
would hate it. Just because this hot potato thing is really annoying the fans. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's okay? I don't think I've discussed this with you guys yet. Do you think it's devaluing the belt?
No. In this, no, and I think it's the only example in all of WWE in the minute where it's not. Whereas with a lot of the belts have been hot potatoed around at the minute. Hot potatoed around. And I think this is the only example where it's not. It's just because they're both so even. It's not because of weird,
Yeah, at the end of the day, these two are putting on fantastic matches. Match of the night candidates throughout. Hell, they've main evented 2-3 Raws now, and they main evented a pay-per-view. Potentially, and we'll talk about this in a bit, potentially main eventing another one on Sunday, and I'll tell you about that later. It can't be devaluing the belt if it's pushing the standard and the quality of women's wrestling up the way that it has the last 6 to 12 months.
It's one of the most important feuds on Raw. It's one of the most important feuds in WWE. So I don't. Yeah,
One of the most important feuds in wrestling.
It's one of the most important feuds
in
entertainment. Let's go on. You do it now.
One of the most important feuds in the universe.
Right. Okay. There you go.
I'm going to be the combo breaker here, and we're going to move on.
Okay.
Let's talk about the best friends squad: Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. It seems they got into a little bit of a spat after the United States title match didn't go Chris Jericho's way.
Oh, I thought he was going to win.
Is the end nigh?
Oh, I thought he was going to win.
It's like watching King Ross and Jack fall apart.
Yeah, Ross has moved desks.
I saw that. Yeah, when I first moved up, like you two seemed like the tightest, but now
Did we?
Yeah, you guys like seem like you were like properly, like that. That's me banging my fists together in case anyone I can't from the sound. Now not like this week, King Ross has moved desk.
Am I Jericho in this? Because Ross has freely admitted that he wants to be Kevin Owens, so I think it's only right.
I think you're going to have to be Chris Jericho.
I mean, King Ross is a catchphrase machine like Chris Jericho.
Yeah, he's very sort of style over substance, isn't he?
Yeah.
All the time.
Whereas you're
very shallow, very hollow. His content's not really all there, is it? It's just kind of.
So he used to sit next to Jack, and of course moved away, and it's heartbreaking because who do you side? Well, Ross, but who does? Who's going to get all the Twitter followers? Who's going to keep those?
Ross has got more. Ross. It's Ross. It's Ross. Kevin Owens and Jericho.
You got the hat though, right?
Thanks, Derek.
So now getting back on topic to Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho.
Sure.
What do we see happening this week? The two best friends that anyone could have.
If Jericho wasn't in his own match, I would have said that this is all an elaborate ruse to trick Roman Reigns at Roadblock. But the fact that Jericho's got his own match against Seth Rollins makes me think, I don't know.
I think it's real. I think it's too. If it turns out to all be a ruse, I'll be quite annoyed because I don't like the idea that Jericho would sacrifice a chance to win the US title for it. Because I don't like that. I think that devalues the belt. I think that, and it makes Jericho seem stupid. I think that I hope it's real, and it is going to come into play somehow. I just don't know how yet.
Could a ruse be set up for tonight, potentially? I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but on a large majority of the promo material for Roadblock, they have Roman Reigns without the United States Championship.
Oh, really?
6 days before the pay-per-view.
Do you think a rematch?
Do we think
perhaps?
a rematch between Chris Jericho and Roman Reigns, which sets up Jericho versus Rollins for the US title?
Maybe.
Because surely, and again, we'll talk about this later when we go on to questions, but surely they're not going to double champion Roman Reigns again.
Well, I don't think Roman's going to win at Roadblock. Like, even if he went in without the belt, I don't think he's going to win.
I don't think he's going to win.
I honestly think that you're going to see Roman versus Kevin Owens again at Royal Rumble. And you could see a new champion there because Roman Reigns versus someone at WrestleMania is a WrestleMania match.
It's just getting so close to Mania, and I'm just worried that Reigns is going to go in the champion, and I'm just like,
I don't. Do you think Kevin Owens is going in champion?
No, I don't think we're going to. No.
I've lost faith that that's going to happen now.
But maybe Rollins could. I'm just clutching at straws. I think Reigns.
I don't know.
I still think there's hope for the Triple H Rollins feud at WrestleMania. I think if Owens is going to go in as champion, the only one that makes sense that he goes in against will be Balor. If Balor comes back, which we've mentioned a number of weeks, I heard rumours of Reigns versus Strowman for the belt at WrestleMania.
Yes.
And
that's right.
Adam's face, if you can't see it, says it all. We really don't know what to think about.
Look, I like Strowman, but
that is the Hogan v Andre of our generation.
My God, talk about a match that the fans are going to just destroy.
It's safe to say it wouldn't be the main event.
And Strowman's been improving as well.
Yeah, he has.
It would undo all of that kind of.
Speaking of Braun Strowman,
the abominable Strowman.
The abominable Strowman.
Did you come up?
No.
It is a potential that Sami Zayn could finally get his match with Braun Strowman this week.
Stop. Call it off. He's too hurt. He's too
hurt, tied up in that tray of woe.
Stop it.
Do we think that match happens tonight? Do we think that it maybe goes on Sunday?
I say Roadblock. That's what Sunday. I say. I think it'll be great. I keep saying it, but I love watching these two wrestle because they're wrestling smart.
Yeah.
And I like that. They're wrestling logically. Sami Zayn knows he's fudging.
Whoa.
No, didn't quite do it.
played.
Didn't quite do it. He's fudging out of his league with Strowman, so he's having to wrestle as smart as he can. Yeah, I saved your editing time there, sir.
Thank you, Adam.
Where's Sami Zayn's title shot, man? He beat Kevin Owens clean.
Not while Owens was champion,
Yeah, but... Yeah, okay, right, fair enough. I just
Very
want
sassy,
to
Jack.
see Sami... To be fair, this feud's been better than I thought. But I just
Yeah.
want to see Sami. I hope there's bigger and better things in his future. I'd love for him to... I don't think for a second it'll happen, but I'd love for someone like him to win the Rumble. Or someone like where you're like, wow, that's genuinely great. But because they've got to set up these big WrestleMania matches...
I think he's definitely going to win a Royal Rumble in his career.
A Raw Rumble.
Yep.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
this one.
I think
But
he's the night
I-
Daniel Bryan.
I still see
But he never won it.
Sammy
Yes.
doing the Iron Man thing in this year's Rumble.
yeah,
Starting at number 1, going to the
That's a
final
good
4,
shout.
that would be really great.
and going maybe an hour.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
see.
he's like he could provide like an emotional backbone to the
Yeah.
Rumble. Sammy just constantly getting.
I'm just imagining him all
around.
wobbly on the apron.
Oh, he's selling. Yeah, just after
Yeah.
an hour, just like doing his jelly legs. I can imagine on Raw, he demands a match with Braun Strowman. Mick Foley will refuse, then make it a no holds barred match, and then have a go at Sammy for accepting the no holds barred match.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
You idiot!
Grandad
How
Mick.
could
Do you not understand? I can't walk. My teeth are falling out.
Steph comes along. She's like, well done on that match, Mick. Yay.
High five.
Yay.
And 2 quick talking points before we go on to questions. The debut of Emelina is
Oh,
finally here.
Hold me
Just
back.
skip.
Hold me back.
I reckon
Well, the makeover's nearly complete, mate.
she's going to get a snap like match against Nia Jax or someone at the pay-per-view and just going to get squashed.
Do you think she's going to get immediately destroyed?
Maybe.
Are we talking like a Jinder Mahal return? here?
Maybe.
But what if she goes against Alicia
What's
Fox
the
tonight,
point?
gets hits with the best Northern Light suplex
It's
in the world,
It is
and
good.
still wins?
But
With that
then
Emelina
I'm going to
look.
stop watching wrestling. No, I can't. Nigel. Alicia Fox's Northern Light suplex has been disrespected so much recently. Bailey kicked out of it at 1. Let's just not even go there. I don't understand the whole Emelina thing. They've given us no reason. Why has this happened? What is this?
I didn't realise that her last character was bad. Like, you
Yeah,
know, when she
yeah,
was
yeah.
walking out with like the police shades
great.
and the weird
Yeah.
gloves and
Now she just seems like a kind of a mid-2000s heel
yeah.
women's wrestler who think, oh, I'm so hot, look at me.
I'm a Playboy pinup. She's basically
Actually, no, she's a baby face from the
She's a
mid-2000s.
baby face from the mid-2000s, yeah.
But a heel now, but a boring one. Well, we haven't seen it yet, but I just can't see this being good at all.
No,
Well, you don't want to damn it before it starts. Like, it could turn out to be a subversive work of genius, but like all of the out there gimmicks that they've suggested
She
recently,
came out like Raven in ECW. She's cutting dark, brooding promos and stuff. And you're
but
just like,
while still looking like a Hollywood star. She's sitting in the
yeah,
corner.
I guess so. But yeah.
and finally the Enzo Amore, Rusev, Lana, Love, fake plotting
I want
triangle.
Enzo to be like, I saw this on Reddit, and I'm nicking it from Reddit. Sorry, Reddit, but I agreed with it completely. I want Enzo to be a bit shaken, not as cocky at all as normal. I want to be like broken down, and he's all terrified of Rusev, and he's like, oh, Copenhagen. Like I don't know how to do like sad Enzo, but like I want him to be like,
I want Enzo to not be there. I want
Oh,
Cass
right.
to be losing his mind. I want to see Cass go completely mental and like beat the crap out of Rusev, setting up a match at Roadblock.
Is Rusev still heel? Or is Rusev...
yeah.
Yeah.
Like now
we've
he's
broken-
resorted back. We've broken that chain of is Rusev face, is Rusev heel? He's
Breaking the
been treated so
vase
bad.
over
Yeah.
Enzo's head was too far. Like that's a proper good heel.
Maybe we can finally establish what Rusev is now.
Yeah,
I think he's always
Right.
been a heel in WWE's eyes.
Oh, of course.
But we've always been kind of, still like him.
hospitalizing Cass's friend. I think is
Cass's friend.
Cass's Bezzy
Buddy.
Bezzy
Sound like
mate.
Vince McMahon. Cass's friend, the
You
little
know,
one.
Cass's
with
friend.
the hair.
What's that guy?
It could set up a singles match between Rusev and Cass at the pay-per-view, which
I think it should.
Yeah.
Absolutely
it's
should.
unique, it's different, so we can't have too
That
many
is
complaints
a
about that, I
guaranteed
suppose.
4th or 5th best match of the night as well. So that's pretty good.
Why you don't think
You're
Cass
making it
versus
sound like a
Rusev will be
toilet
good?
break match.
I am.
Oh.
I don't think it'd be. I don't think. It's not a match I particularly want to see, but it's alright.
Really?
As long as it's not on
As
the
long as Rusev
pre-show.
wins.
Oh, Rusev would win.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to some Twitter questions. Thank you very much, as always, for you guys getting your questions in. First one, Eskil94. If they put the title on Roman on Sunday, God forbid, will they finally turn him heel? Is it time for the heel turn? Or is it too early to pull the trigger?
I'd like if they turned him heel, but I don't think you can turn him heel with a win over Kevin Owens.
I don't see the story there. Yeah, like Kevin Owens is always sort of he's like turning Chris Jericho babyface at the moment. I don't see him turning Roman babyface as well. The story is it's too crowded right now. Like the story is it's him, Y2J, and Owens, right? So I don't see how Roman's face turn could sort of neatly happen there without it seeming like a weird arbitrary thing.
No, same.
Fair enough. Kerbert the Frog asks, there's much debate, so who would we prefer to see go over in the Universal title match? Now again, I know you guys are doing predictions later on this week, so we'll leave those out, but I'm happy to give you mine, and as horrible as it sounds, I'm going with Roman Reigns.
You think Roman's taking the belt?
I think Roman takes the belt on Sunday. I think he drops the belt tonight, because maybe I'm being just too smarty about it. Maybe I'm seeing no promo with the US title, and that means Roman Reigns isn't going in as champion. I think if Roman loses the title tonight, he wins the title on Sunday, and it sets up the Owens-Jericho feud. They can do that for a few months going into WrestleMania.
Maybe.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I disagree because I'm not doing the live watch this weekend. I'm not going to make predictions. I've been ruled out of contendership for the title by Adam Pacitti.
I thought you were going home for Christmas.
Pardon?
What? Nothing.
Kayfabe Jack, God damn you. My
ear's fine, it's all work.
Hey, I'm happy to make my predictions. I think Kevin Owens is going to keep it. That's what I think. That's what I think anyway. I think Kevin Owens is going to keep it. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
That's what Blampied thinks. Garudon asks, will the Iron Woman match be the main event on Sunday? Now, you asked two parts of this question. I'm only answering this one because I'm hoping the other part of your question we've answered during the podcast. I think the smart decision would be if this match is the main event.
Yeah.
The only other place you could have it is the second to last match before the Universal title match. And if you have this match on, a 30-minute match that the fans are going to be invested in, it's just going to exhaust them before the Universal title match, surely.
Has an Iron Man match ever not main evented a show?
Can't think of it. Can't think of one.
Off the top of my head,
I can't think of one.
Did Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle's Iron Man match main event that episode of Raw?
No, I can't remember. I do remember the Ultimate Submission match with Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. That went 30 minutes. That was in the middle of the show. So and that didn't tire out the crowd, but then again, that was a more rabid crowd than today. I don't think it will.
I don't think it will, because I think it should, but I don't think it will, because I think Vince is probably not happy with how the last one went, and he'll use that and be like, no, can't go on again. But
I mean, the posters and all the promotional material seems to suggest it's going to be the Universal title match.
He's got some broad
shoulders. I think it's going to be the Universal title match, but if I had my way, it would be the Iron Man match.
I think I kind of want it to be the Iron Man match as well, but you haven't had Universal Championship match close a show since Clash of Champions, so I think it is sort of time to see the big red belt.
Yeah, the men have been held under for so long now in wrestling.
Right?
It's time for sorry, that was really nitty.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Mick Furlong.
Make Adam seem like the worst person.
Mick Furlong, and you're going to appreciate this question, thinking about your favourite match of all time.
Ooh.
Could you see them doing the Angle Lesnar Iron Man finish on Sunday, where one of the two is in a submission hold, last 10 seconds, and they don't tap?
I think that'd be great. Yeah, I think that's. I would prefer that over the Judgment Day one. Because that's the thing, like with the Sasha Bailey one, it was a really nice climactic ending that she tapped just before the final bell. But you'd think, I don't know, I've never been in a submission hold.
You don't know how much it hurts.
I have no idea how much it hurts because I am a 100-pound nothing.
Could you see the screen?
Sorry?
When she was being held in the hold.
No, but like the fans were chanting.
She's kicking her hands.
And her head, I know. But like if you held out for 3 more seconds, you would have retained your belt.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really good way to end it. Just like gutting it out and just holding on. Like
just
Sasha,
10 to 15
Sasha
seconds.
holding out in the figure 8 for like last 10, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Would be amazing.
I think they might do the thing that Lesnar did, where Charlotte might just hit Sasha with a chair or something and take the
disqualified,
point, like lose the point.
Take the first, lose the first fall, but get
gain
an
the
easy
physical
2.
advantage. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm in a bit of a weird mood. I'm sorry.
It's your new hat. It's cutting blood flow to your body.
Kyle Crampton asks, are we going to see a women's Money in the Bank ladder match in 2017? You said this year, but considering this year is almost at a close,
Well,
we'll look at 2017.
I think a slightly better, more fitting question would be something I saw on the Twitter
I
last night.
feel like I know where you're about to go with this.
It's about that Buried Alive match, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
When are we going to see the first ever Women's Buried Alive match?
No, Becky, no.
Burying her.
Imagine.
This is something that you retweeted and put your thoughts about.
Yeah, well,
Wasn't it?
yeah.
And for those who don't know, we're talking about the potential for this year, 2017's Royal Rumble in the Alamo Dome, having a women's Royal Rumble
I thought
match.
you were talking about the First Blood.
I don't want to see that.
No.
I think it would be good. It's a 4-hour show now. I think if you have like a 15 or 20, just to make it feel like every competitor's truly belongs there. Yeah, I think you could do a women's.
Who would you want to win the match, Adam?
Bailey would be good.
Bailey's a good. That's probably who I'd say. Failing that,
Nia Jax would be good. Whoever.
Alex, oh no, she's champion now.
She's next champion.
Can I-
Becky would also be.
Becky would be good.
Can I put something else out there
Go
and
on.
say Asuka
Oh,
coming up from NXT as champion?
I mean, if she held both
great.
belts, my
How
goodness.
good would Asuka look with that?
I love that.
How
mean-
bad would every other woman?
She gets both and the third one.
Scott
Money in the
Robertson.
Bank.
Scott Robertson asks, and we briefly talked about this. Could you see New Day failing to break the record tonight without being pinned? So Cesaro and Sheamus on the New Day or the club rather pinning one another, or is that just counterproductive?
Wait, but the title would.
The title
It
still
still
changes
change
hand in
hands.
a triple threat match.
No. I think they're going to keep it. I think they're going to win.
I think if you want to turn New Day heel by having them lose, that's a really good way to do it because they can just go mental, and they'd be totally justified, but they can take it way too far. I think that'd be probably the best way of doing
I've
it.
just thought that. I think they might maybe they'll just run away. Maybe the match will get too intense and they'll think, oh, we're going to lose, and they'll just get their belts and just walk and just run away.
Yeah, they could do.
That might happen.
Is there countouts in?
It's a
Triple
triple
threat.
threat,
Triple
so that
threat.
shouldn't be.
Oh yeah, you're right.
If they just leave the building.
Yeah, see them get in a
But
car.
if they
and
leave
stuff,
the building, it's going to mean that if Cesaro and Sheamus pin the club,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gone anyway. It's not elimination, that's one fall. So.
That's right.
That'd be great as well.
James Wright, will it be on iTunes? It'll be on SoundCloud, so yes, it will be on iTunes. And the final question is from Jake Hurdle. Your thoughts on the supposed signing of Chris Hero? Now, James Dixon, who works on the SmackDown podcast, hates this idea. I love it. I think it's a really good idea.
I think
Bring
it's
Chris
good.
Hero
He's a
back.
good wrestler. He's good.
I think he's one of the best wrestlers on the independent scene.
I wouldn't mind seeing him back, and I think he'd be great in NXT. And then I'd reserve my judgment from there.
He's coming back under his original gimmick.
Oh, no.
Cassius Ohno.
No, not the Cassius.
Wait.
He's coming back as Chris Hero.
Oh, okay.
That's better. Patty Sono's a weird.
I wasn't too big of a fan of Chris Hero up until about 6 months ago when I saw him in Progress, Super Strong Style, and oh my god, he's wrestled some phenomenal matches since. So I'm really, really keen on the idea of Chris Hero coming back and just elbowing people to
You
death.
should have a feud with Roman Reigns and be like, you took my spot. Can you imagine?
In the Shield,
Oh
right?
wow,
Yeah, that'd be
be
good.
great.
So just think.
And
on
then elbow
Vince.
Roman Reigns to death.
Yeah, of course.
Well, not to death, but
Think on Vince.
Like with his, I mean, obviously one of the big controversies. Is it a controversy? I'm not sure, but one of the big issues that surrounds Chris Hero is his physique.
Yes.
Like the fact that he has put on weight since in the last few years.
It's a cosmetic business.
Well, I mean that's the thing. Like I found the news quite surprising,
did.
just because he just doesn't have the physique that Vince likes. Maybe they'll just put a shirt on him, or maybe he'll have to rapidly slim down.
Do you
or
reckon
something.
this is one of the ones where Triple H has really gone to bat for someone?
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I think so. And
Triple H is such a smart.
He's done.
He loves the indie.
Hero's done some amazing stuff with Evolve, so it's probably
Yeah.
that's kind of really got his foot back in the door. And like I said, he's absolutely amazing. I'm surprised, but it's a good surprise.
that's going to end this week's Raw Pre-Show Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at the Joe Simkins.
At Jack_the Jobber.
Adam the Blampied.
I'm Joe from WhatCulture.com, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
If you're a fan of the videos that What Culture puts out on its YouTube channels, why not join What Culture Extra, our subscription service for paying members? For paying just a small fee every month, you get access to exclusive lists, pipe bombs, booking videos, wrestling's worst merch, live streams for Raw and SmackDown every single week, exclusive WTF videos looking back at classic pay-per-views. Also, there's exclusive interviews, documentaries, Q&As, short films, and if you're a fan of WCPW, every episode of Loaded will be uploaded one day early, and you'll be able to view the episode in its entirety, and included in the price are all of our pay-per-views such as Refuse to Lose and the upcoming Delete WCPW. All that for just $6.99 a month, or just over $5 for UK fans, and you can cancel at any time. For more information and to sign up, go to whatculture.com/extra.